The nation's capital is still reeling from a horrific mid-air collision. On Wednesday, January 29, 2025, the unthinkable happened. A passenger plane and a military helicopter collided over the Potomac River. The skies above Washington, D.C. were filled with the unimaginable. 67 souls were lost in an instant. The American Airlines flight, a Bombardier CRJ-700, was preparing to land at Reagan National Airport. It was carrying 60 passengers, many of them returning from a figure skating competition. Among them were Russian champions Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov. Their dreams were cut short, their potential unfulfilled. The second aircraft, a U.S. Army Sikorsky H-60 Black Hawk helicopter, was on a routine training mission. 3 military personnel were on board. These brave individuals dedicated their lives to serving our country. They too deserve our respect and remembrance. This tragedy has left a city in mourning and a nation searching for answers. How could this happen in one of the most heavily regulated airspaces in the world? The investigation is in its early stages, but one thing is certain. The quest for answers will be long and arduous. It was just before 8:50 p.m. when the nightmare unfolded. The CRJ-700, call sign American 629, was on a steady descent towards Reagan National Airport. Air traffic control had cleared the flight for landing. The helicopter, designated Army 1902, was conducting routine exercises over the Potomac.
American 629, you are cleared to land on runway 1. Army 1902, maintain current heading.
Visual evidence from security cameras paints a terrifying picture. The plane, descending from the west, is seen at a 90-degree angle just seconds before impact. The helicopter, flying south, appears to be directly in its path. The collision is unavoidable. Eyewitnesses describe a deafening boom followed by a plume of fire and smoke rising from the river. Debris rained down on the water below. The force of the impact shattered the stillness of the evening, sending shockwaves through the city. First responders rushed to the scene, but their efforts were hampered by the darkness and the frigid water temperatures. The search for survivors quickly turned into a recovery operation. Hope faded with each passing hour. The investigation into the cause of the crash is being led by the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB. They face a daunting task. Piecing together the events leading up to the collision will require meticulous analysis of radar data, communication logs, and the wreckage itself.
One crucial piece of evidence will be the black boxes, the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder. Both aircraft were equipped with these devices, which capture critical information about the flight's final moments. The black box from the CRJ-700 has been recovered, but the search for the helicopter's recorder continues.
Investigators will be looking closely at the role of communication and collision avoidance systems. Both aircraft were on the same air traffic control frequency, and the CRJ-700 was equipped with a traffic collision avoidance system, TCAS. However, TCAS is ineffective below 380 feet, and it's unclear if the helicopter had a compatible system. Adding to the complexity is the fact that a single air traffic controller was managing both local and helicopter traffic at the time of the crash. While not uncommon, this situation has raised concerns about potential staffing shortages and their impact on safety. As the investigation continues, the nation mourns the loss of 67 lives. Families and friends are left grappling with unimaginable grief. The recovery efforts are ongoing, with divers battling challenging conditions to recover the remains of those lost.
The political fallout from the tragedy has already begun. President Trump has pointed fingers at air traffic controllers, helicopter pilots, and diversity efforts within federal agencies. His comments have drawn sharp criticism from Democrats and aviation experts alike.
This tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the importance of aviation safety. Every day, millions of people board airplanes and helicopters, trusting that they will reach their destinations safely. When that trust is broken, the consequences are devastating.
The investigation into the Washington, D.C. mid-air collision will be long and complex. The answers may not come easily, but we owe it to the victims and their families to find them. We must learn from this tragedy to prevent such a horrific event from ever happening again.